I'll be sharing 5 SaaS products that made it to 10K in monthly recurring revenue. One of them is now at 400,000 MRR. So if you're looking for a profitable SaaS idea, take your pick. But wait, there's more. The average SaaS reaches 10K MRR in approximately never. So just cause you copy a 400,000 SaaS idea doesn't mean you're going to build a 400,000 SaaS. So how did these 5 SaaS products do it? They're all good ideas, but a good idea is just the start. There's a common theme behind their success that I don't want to tell you yet. I want you to try and figure it out as we go through the examples. Don't worry, I'll share it at the end, but for now, this is your assignment. Number 1, Reply Guy. Reply Guy is an AI-powered marketing app that automatically searches Reddit for ideal posts to mention your product or service. You tell it what keywords to look out for and it gets to work. When it finds a suitable spot, it leaves an organic sounding reply that integrates whatever you are selling. Looking at examples, there's definitely a "this doesn't fully read like a human wrote this" kind of smell. But it's not so bad that it looks like a Nigerian prince asking you for help. But it's good enough. And good enough can still save business owners and salespeople from manually doing it. It's such a sore spot that their pricing starts at $49 per month for just 100 replies and 10 keywords. I feel like there's a price point where small businesses will hesitate, which is where the free trial comes in. Try it at no cost, and if you see that spending $50 a month gets you $100 in revenue, you'll be crazy not to subscribe. Plus, it's got very enticing affiliate programs that offer over $400 per sales. Over 5,000 users and counting. Sounds great, right? The Reddit post where the founder shared his journey shows a key turning point. It was initially launched as Replies in October 2023, and it did pretty badly, to be honest. Some sales here and there from Twitter and an unsuccessful product hunt launch. 3 months later, he's stuck at 300 MRR and wanted to sell it. Then he gets an offer from someone who wanted to become a partner and handle the marketing. He takes it, and that's where everything changes. Name change, better logo, premium domain, demo video, and they relaunch the same product on Product Hunt under the new name, and this time it was successful. Within 4 days of launching, they got 30 new paid users, and it just kept growing from there. The partner experimented with paid ads and other channels, while the original founder focused on fixing bugs and adding new features. They reached 10K MRR in June 2024, 10 months later. And then in September 2024, less than a year after launching an unsuccessful SaaS, Reply Guy sold for 6 figures. It was the same idea all along. So what made it go from flop to 6-figure exits? Number 2, Cliniky. Cliniky is a business management tool that provides clinics, law firms, tattoo parlors, spas, and personal trainers with a one-stop business management tool. Sounds like a lot of industry. Must mean a lot of customization, right? Yes and no. I'm not saying I think they're identical. I know they are not identical. We got in touch with Cliniky's founder on Reddit, and they said, and I quote, "When I started Cliniky, I had zero experience in the field, but I have multiple doctors' friends, and one of them was with me every step at the beginning to explain how clinic works and are managed. And on a niche basis, I ask people in the field what they need, what they're missing, problems they have with their current software, and build based on all the feedback. We also iterated multiple times, changed the way some features work multiple times, and put in a lot of work to make sure it's all solid. Real good stuff. That's exactly how you do it. But why would you go to all the trouble of making the feature available for clinic-based users that you wouldn't make available for law firms? You wouldn't. You just call it something different. Well, the one difference would be regulation for certain sectors, but that just means you cater your platform to the most tightly regulated industry, and others can just enjoy extra protection. Cliniky is HIPAA certified. So it looks like good software. But frankly, browsing through their sites, I can't find anything actually unique about the product. And yet they were already at 20,000 MRR 1 year ago. How? They attribute their success to a very aggressive reseller strategy that gives up to 70% recurring revenue on all sales. Also, this form isn't just for show. They don't just let anyone join their reseller program. This isn't Amway. Seriously, if you're part of Amway, you sell so much plastic, even the people you hire are plastics. Anyway, they let one reseller own the selling for an entire country and only go with resellers with the resources and skills. And surprise, surprise, they are in 47 plus countries. Which is just a marketing way of saying 48, 49, cause if it was 50, they would say 50. Like they're 10,000 users, it's not 9,986 plus users. But I digress. They've got an affordable $30 monthly subscription or a lifetime deal. And for me, if you browse the founders' Reddit post history, you can see them learning how to make their app a success. This is them getting feedback on pricing strategy, also pricing too low. This is them learning how to optimize landing page strategies for Google Ads. And this is them asking for user flow. They built something good, but not unique. There are tons of competitors. And yet, just like John Wick, Cliniky is killing it. I think it's pretty obvious why. But what's their secret? And now, before we move on to the next example, I have a secret too. My team and I at Upside Studio help non-technical entrepreneurs grow past $5 to $10 million in annual revenue with custom software. We've worked with over 30 leading brands across industries. These businesses were stuck where no ready-made solution on the market solved their problem. To continue growing, they had to make their own solution. If your business is also currently stuck at this 5 to 10 million level and you want to explore custom solutions, let me help. There's a link in the description to sign up for a free, no strings attached strategy session. We'll dissect your current constraint together and you get an honest opinion about whether custom software is your answer. And if yes, we decide if we can work together. If it's not, you just save yourself from a very big investment with no ROI. Apply through the link and we'll be in touch. I'm only taking 3 of these calls per month and it's first come, first serve. So if you want to work with me, apply now. Back to the video. Number 3, Fuel Cloud. Brace yourself. Fuel Cloud is a cloud-based fuel management system that provides real-time fuel tracking. Some of you who heard that have no idea what that even means. And of the ones that do understand, some have no idea why it even existed. And that's completely fine. It's kind of the point. It's for companies that need to monitor fuel supplies across entire fleets of vehicles. Think car dealerships, airports, bus depot, and many more. They need to be on top of their fuel supplies, and Fuel Cloud has a device called a cloud box that you attach to your fuel pumps to monitor usage. Necessary information can be viewed through a web portal and a mobile app. The founders started the SaaS in late 2015. It took them 18 months to get to 10,000 MRR. When your potential clients are airports, 10K in monthly recurring revenue doesn't sound so hard, does it? 50,000 downloads on Google Play Store alone, you know they are making bank today. Their pricing page doesn't show prices, which means too many zeros for mere mortals to afford. So let's all build a competitor and get some billion-dollar corporate clients. Oh wait, that's not so easy, is it? So how did Fuel Cloud pull it off? Because Fuel Cloud co-founders Alex and Kevin grew up in the fuel industry. Their great-grandfather started the family's fuel distribution business nearly a century ago. The siblings joined the family business after college and saw firsthand the hassle and high cost companies faced with outdated fuel management systems. They launched Fuel Cloud in 2015 to solve this problem. In their founders' words, it wasn't hard to get their initial customers. They had industry connections and credibility, and they knew the certifications and copyright protection they needed. The problem was that they weren't charging enough. So tell me, on top of a genuinely great idea that saves businesses time and money, what makes Fuel Cloud successful? Next example, number 4, Email Octopus. Spoiler, this is the 400,000 MRR SaaS. I found this when browsing a thread asking about SaaS making 5K in MRR. Can you imagine thinking you are doing good with 5K a month and then this guy pulls up making 60 times more? In Counter-Strike, this is what you call a professional smurfer. Anyways, I knew about Email Octopus. I considered them before when choosing between email and newsletter SaaS. Man, you really never know who you come across on Reddit. They even list out their revenue milestones. It took over 2 years to get to 12,000 MRR. We messaged them and they replied. So 10K MRR in about 1.5 years, that's not crazy fast growth. But look at where they are right now, 400,000. Let's go back to the flex comment. I love what they say here. They are like, it's a good product, but nothing unique. And yeah, check out their current features page and it's got everything you need. No gimmicky stuff or a USB that's different just for the sake of being different. Their pricing is decent and comparable to alternatives. They've got a savings calculator, but let's face it, how accurate is it really? They're just there. So what gives? How do you create a product with seemingly no USP and grow it to 400,000 MRR? Well, it helps that the total market for this sector is a lot bigger than 400,000 MRR. But the real question is how they survived that initial grind of getting it to 10K MRR, which took over a year. They answered in a detailed blog post on their site and they cited the following strategies: Quora participations, Reddit community engagement, building side projects, sponsoring newsletters, Google Ads, affiliate program, encouraging reviews, sponsoring podcasts and indie websites, and lots of community participation. Okay, so tell me, based on the list, what's the secret sauce here? What are they hiding in their octopus ink? Okay, now the last one, which I think has the most secret of all. Number 5, PHP point of sales. A point of sale system is all the hardware and software needed to process payments and complete purchases. It can be fully digital in the case of e-commerce. Most of the time, it will be a mix of physical retail outlets. You need cash registers, credit card scanners, and many more. And those machines need software to run. So in comes PHP point of sales, which was originally created in 2010 to help small tennis shops track their sales. It worked, and the founder and CEO, Chris, decided if it worked this well for one small business, it would work as well for all the other small businesses. So he grew it bit by bit, adding new features here and there. It took him 3 years to get to 10K MRR. Some of you are thinking, 3 years? That's not impressive. My friend, most SaaS don't make a dime. It's now 2025, which means PHP point of sales has been operating for 14 years and it shows. They've got fully decked out solutions with key and bonus features. They've got integrations with the biggest e-commerce platforms, great price point for SMEs, and super clean documentation for users. And you know my favorite part? He is terminally on Reddit selling and marketing the shit out of his product. Check his profile comment history. This dude is on POS, small business, like every day, connecting with new potential leads and helping them with problems. And his replies are actually human sounding, in comparison to the reply guy examples. This is a person who has never stopped selling, and after messaging him, he told my writer that it's helped him get 3 additional customers, and he attributes taking care of existing users to grow by word of mouth. Their average MRR today is a very respectable 28,000. So what's the secret for this example? I'll give you 5 seconds before sharing the answers to everything, and this 5 seconds is now up. Secret sauce for 10K MRR. Let's quickly recap. We looked at Reply Guide, Cliniky, ViewCloud, Email Octopus, and PHP point of sales. With Reply Guide and Email Octopus, secret was marketing. The fact that Reply Guide launched the same product under a different name with wildly different results shows how powerful a name can be. The Email Octopus guys were basically like, if we can't be unique, we're just going to be everywhere. And it works because their product is useful to nearly anyone selling something. With Cliniky, the secret was how they sold their product. They had a killer reseller program that attracted killer resellers. And then they got killer sales. With ViewCloud, the founders had industry expertise and connections. Not only did this give them first-hand insight into problems to solve, but it instilled customer trust like nothing else. And lastly, with PHP point of sales, the secret was patient. He had a good product that solved a problem. It had clear target audience and it was competitively priced. Still took them 3 years to get to 10K MRR. I can imagine it would have been so easy to give up somewhere along the line. They didn't, and look where it got them now. Almost 30,000 MRR. So there you go. Killer marketing, killer reseller strategy, industry knowledge, and patience. Now, imagine you add an actually unique product on top of that list. As the kids say, you gone slay girl. To find out how to slay, check out my video on finding $1 million app ideas. I explain how to find them and most importantly, where to find them. But before you go, if you found this video useful, could you do me a solid? Help me help others just like you. Let's tell YouTube to share this video with them by leaving a like and commenting. If you're not sure what to say, just say a booger, a booger, a booger. I think that's how you say thank you in Pakistani, and that's how Adrian Ching gets cancelled in 2025. I'm just joking, guys. I wish you a happy new year. I mean the real new year. Chinese New Year. Because I'm Chinese and Adrian Ching, who's Ching in the Ching Chong. It's the year of the snake, and you know who's a snake? Me. I'm cold-blooded, my words are venomous, and I have an anaconda in my hands. You can't cancel me, I cancel myself. It's really good to be back, guys. See you soon.